telling your story. This is WCBI Midday.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kealy Shields. Our first story this afternoon, a Hamilton man is indicted for the first-degree murder of his friend. Gregory Daniel Miller is accused of shooting and killing James Gabriel Tipton. Now, it happened January 20th in a vehicle headed east on Highway 82 around midnight. Now, sources told WCBI News that Miller was in the front seat of a pickup truck. That's when Miller allegedly turned around and shot Tipton, who was sitting in the back seat. Investigators believe the driver pulled over and tried to save Tipton on the side of the road. Now, at some point, Miller drove away. He was eventually stopped in Pickens County, Alabama. No trial date has been set. A Tupelo man is adding more charges to his rap sheet. On October 15th, Tupelo police arrested Javante R. Ashby. Now, the warrant stems from a 2024 incident in which Ashby, a previously convicted felon, allegedly found in possession of a firearm after wrecking his vehicle. Ashby is being held without bond. The case is now awaiting trial in Lee County Circuit Court. Well, 3 people have died and 4 are in critical condition after a bridge collapse in Simpson County. Now, the video we will play is from WLBT. Reports the injuries and deaths were confirmed by Simpson County Sheriff Paul Mullins. According to the Mississippi Department of Transportation, a bridge over the Strong River on Highway 149 collapsed Wednesday afternoon. Now, during what they call a work site accident. The bridge has been closed to traffic since September 18th as part of a bridge replacement project. Now, MDOT says that TL Wallace, the contractor for the project, was in the process of demolishing the bridge. Well, the state of Texas is set to execute an inmate tonight in the face of growing concerns that he is innocent. Now, officials rejected Robert Robertson's request for clemency yesterday. Now, he would be the first person in the U.S. to be put to death for a murder linked to shaking baby syndrome. Now, some experts say his conviction was based on faulty, outdated scientific evidence. Nikki Batiste is at the state prison in Huntsville, Texas, with more.
The lead detective in Robert Robertson's case told a panel of Texas lawmakers Wednesday morning he'd gotten it wrong.
He's an innocent man, and we are very close to killing him for something he did not do.
Brian Wharton first met Robertson in the emergency room in 2002 when he brought his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki Curtis, to the hospital where she later died. He told Wharton his daughter was sick and had fallen off the bed while sleeping.
His child was in the emergency room. She was in desperate circumstances, and he was not particularly emotional. He answered questions when we talked to him. He was very cooperative, but you just never got a feeling that what was going on around him bothered him.
Robertson was diagnosed with autism after his conviction. The condition can sometimes make it difficult to express emotions in ways that are deemed socially appropriate. Wharton says he's ashamed he misunderstood the behavior.
How did that change your feelings about what you saw that day?
Well, it made everything make sense. Now I have a name for it. Now I can understand it. It would have been nice to have known back then, sure.
Robertson was immediately accused of shaking his daughter to death, but his defense team says an autopsy later revealed his daughter died from pneumonia, and the credibility of shaken baby syndrome is now in question.
When did you last see him?
2 weeks ago.
What were the last words you said to each other?
I love you. Yeah.
34 shaken baby cases have been exonerated in 18 states and the U.S. Army since 1992.
Robert was instantly judged with suspicion.
On Tuesday, Gretchen Sween, Robertson's lawyer, asked the U.S. Supreme Court to halt his execution. Robertson has 2 other children.
Robert is this very sweet, simple soul. And what he has always said is that we have to keep hope. And he refers to this letter he got from his other daughter when he was sent away to prison, which said, "Daddy, don't ever give up hope."
Texas argues claims raised by Robertson's lawyers are, quote, unworthy of the court's attention. Last night, Robertson was issued a subpoena to testify before a Texas House committee that is reconsidering the lawfulness of his conviction in a hearing next week. A spokesperson for the Department of Criminal Justice told us it will consult the Attorney General's office on the appropriate next steps. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Huntsville, Texas.
We've got a gorgeous blue sky across downtown Columbus this afternoon thanks to a high pressure system keeping conditions clear across the eastern portion of the country as we go through the second to last day of our week. Now, if you're stepping outdoors, it does feel a little bit cool out there with a light breeze. We've got temperatures anywhere from the low to middle 60s. Right now, 61 degrees in Oxford and Starkville, West Point Tupelo at 62, Aberdeen and the Columbus Air Force Base now both at 63. Kealy.
All right, thanks, Ashley. It's good to have you in studio. So with polls showing a very close race 19 days before Election Day, both major party candidates are trying to appeal to voters beyond their base. Natalie Brand reports more from Washington.
Vice President Kamala Harris crisscrosses the battleground state of Wisconsin today for multiple events. On Wednesday, she reached out to Republican voters appearing in Pennsylvania alongside more than 100 members of the GOP.
No matter who you voted for last time, there is a place for you in this campaign.
She also sat down for a rare interview with Fox News where she was pressed on immigration.
They need more resources, and Congress ultimately is the only place that's going to get fixed.
Former President Donald Trump is also looking beyond his base. He fielded questions from undecided Latino voters during a Univision town hall.
We're going to create a lot of jobs. We create jobs.
He defended January 6th.
That was a day of love from the standpoint of the millions. It's like hundreds of thousands.
And was asked about spreading false claims that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, ate pets.
I was just saying what was reported. That's been reported.
Tonight, the former president will appear at the Al Smith dinner in New York City that benefits Catholic charities. It's a tradition for presidential candidates to attend, but Harris is skipping it. Her campaign says she's opted to spend more time campaigning in battleground states. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Now, Harris campaign official told CBS News last month that Harris would welcome the opportunity to attend the event if she is elected president. And two major rideshare companies are making sure everyone gets their vote in by offering discounts on rides to the polls. So Lyft announced its voting access program on Wednesday, where riders can enjoy a 50% discount of up to $10 on Election Day. Users just have to enter the code VOTE24 on or before November 5th between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. Now, Uber is also offering a 50% off of rides for users who use the new Go Vote tile on the app to book a ride. Now, both apps will help you find the closest poll to you to cast your vote. Well, the Golden Triangle Development Link is looking for growth and the future of the area. Those plans when we come back. I said if we're still heavy after the C block, then make the D block 245 instead of 3. Okay. Welcome back in, everyone, and thanks for sticking with us. So for the past 20 years, the Golden Triangle Development Link has been marketing the region to industries looking for a place to set up shop and put down roots. So CEO Joe Max Higgins says the link's continued focus is growth, and the next phase of that growth is set for the most recent mega site, Cinco. Now, he believed things could be happening there by March. News about possible grants for the site could arrive by the end of this month, and that would mean construction wouldn't be too far behind. Now, Higgins says through opportunities with the companies, they can help improve the quality of life for people who work in the Golden Triangle.
You know, people ask me, little kids say, what do you do? I said, I play Monopoly with real land, real water, real sewer, real utilities. I play Monopoly real every day. But what else we do, and we should never lose touch of this, is we change people's lives.
Now, Higgins says he hopes when they look back over the next 10 years, they see even more expansion and development. He says the main takeaway is that they are not stopping development and they have no intention of giving up the heavyweight belt anytime soon. Well, students in Lee County schools had a chance to meet with professionals in a variety of career paths. The Lee County School District College and Career Showcase brought representatives from a variety of fields to the Lee County Career and Technical Education Center. Now, seniors from all Lee County schools attended the Career Showcase. Organizers say the students have been working with career coaches since the beginning of the school year, and this event helps them find out more about career paths they want to pursue. An area industry is investing in the future of education in Lowndes County. International Paper presented a $5,000 grant to the Lowndes County School District. Now, the money will go towards building reading lofts for the pre-K classes at Caledonia Elementary School. The lofts provide a quiet space for students to build their reading skills and engage in other enrichment activities. Now, supporting early literacy is just one of the causes that International Paper promotes through its grant program, and that support doesn't end with the check presentation.
I think it's important that they see businesses in the community get involved and give back, and financially is just one way that we do it. We come into the schools and we make paper with them. We facilitate like early engineering opportunities for kids to get that exposure and to see what it's all about. It's important what's happening in the classroom, but they're not going to be here forever. We want them to join the workforce and be able to have exposure to what's here in the Golden Triangle.
It'll give us extra space in the classroom. It'll give the kids a cozy space for the kids to read and do other learning activities, use their imagination, and I know they're going to absolutely love it. We're just so grateful.
Now, since 2017, International Paper has distributed $550,000 in foundation grants to its signature causes in the area. Well, Ashley has your full forecast next. Don't go anywhere.
Your WCBI First Alert forecast with meteorologist Ashley Bryan.
We are sticking with the clear skies we continue through our Thursday afternoon thanks to a high pressure system lingering just to our north and portions of Kentucky, keeping really the eastern portion of the country clear as we continue through our Thursday, and it's cool across the country as well. Temperatures mostly upper 50s to low 70s over in Houston. It's 57 in Knoxville, 62 in Birmingham, 65 along the Gulf Coast in Mobile, and 62 out to our west in Oklahoma City. On a closer look at the northern portion of our viewing area, those upper 50s to lower 60s as well. 62 in Tupelo, 59 Iuka, 61 in Oxford. Moving to the southern half, 63 now in Columbus, 62 Starkville and West Point. We've got 59 in Sugarlock and Macon, 60 degrees right now in Grenada and Eupora. As we continue through the afternoon, we may warm up a little bit thanks to this clear sky, allowing us to have lots of sun, pushing towards high temperatures, mostly in the middle to upper 60s. High around 69, Columbus and Vernon, 68, Macon, Starkville, West Point, Aberdeen, and Tupelo. Oxford, Corinth, Iuka looking to have that high temperature around 65. Now, as we go into our Thursday night, Friday morning time period, we are going to cool down and cool down a lot, heading towards overnight lows in the upper 30s, low around 38 tonight, sticking with that clear sky, but definitely chilly. May have the potential for a little bit of patchy frost tonight into tomorrow morning as well. Looking at overnight lows, mostly upper 30s, lower 40s across the quarter. 39 is the low for Starkville and West Point, 40 Aberdeen, Louisville, Tupelo 41, Winona, Kosciuszko, and Carthage 41 as the overnight low as well. Now going into our Friday, we are going to see temperatures warming up just slightly, heading back into the middle 70s. High around 74. We'll hit that sometime in the afternoon around 3, 4, 5 p.m. Conditions staying dry as well. 0% chance of rain. Just a nice, beautiful sunny day for us as we finish up the week. We're looking at those low to mid 70s across the rest of the quarter. 70 to our north in Corinth, Iuka, and Oxford. 72 Starkville, Macon, and West Point. 74 also the expected high to our southwest in Carthage. When it comes to the sky, not a whole lot going on. We are sticking with the clear conditions as we go overnight tonight and into our Friday, perfect for those high school football games, heading back into the low to mid 80s by the first half of next week.
Telling your story. You're watching WCBI Midday.
All right, everyone, welcome back into Midday. Miss Adrienne Garrison and Thomas Haffey are here in studio. They are with the 4-H Heritage Western Heritage Project. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Okay, but the first thing I've got to ask is talk to me about our outfits.
Go ahead.
We do the period from the 1860s to the 1900s, and the children will pick a persona. So they'll pick a person that they want to be from that era.
Okay.
And they will dress in what that person would have wore back then.
Gotcha. So it's like a living project per se.
Yes.
That is so cool. Okay, so talk to me about the project and just what you guys are trying to do here in Mississippi.
It's a new program. We just started it with Mississippi 4-H last year. It's been in mostly western states for over a decade now, but it's new to Mississippi 4-H. So it's a living history project where we're studying the Old West, the frontier West, mostly west of Mississippi, Mississippi River. And so the kids learn about gun safety by shooting replica firearms under timed competition, but it's also a little bit more expansive. They have to do a history kind of study. So they're building their personas. It's not just a fiction writing assignment. It's meant to be historically accurate. So they're actually studying a particular place or a time period and trying to build things with, actual accuracy. And so they present it to judges who judge their public speaking skills. Does their, persona match the costume they've put together? And do they have their historical facts straight? And so then they have a test portion as well, where it's some history study, some, authentic firearm identification study, and a particular history focus each year.
Yes. And so we will have the shooting competition coming up. So talk to me about that. Is it a statewide competition going on?
This next Saturday, October 26th, down in West Point, is where we're having the state championship.
Yes.
We've got 25 youth signed up, all from North Mississippi for this year. But that's a growth. We only had 14 last year, our first year, so we're happy to see the growth. And so they'll come in full garb, they'll present, they'll have their test, they'll shoot, and we'll crown some winners based on the age categories.
So how do people get, I guess, more involved with the project if people see this and are interested?
Contact your local county 4-H office, the extension office.
And then they just sign up and then kind of just follow through the rubric and everything.
Yeah, it's part of the larger shooting sports competitions. The rest of them usually happen mostly in the spring, but Western Heritage is a little bit separated, so it's a different time of year.
Now, have you seen the kids that were there last year? Are they the same ones that have stayed if they enjoyed it thus far?
A lot of them that did it last year will, but we'll have some new ones as well. Since it just started, we're trying to grow the program.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I would say check it out. This seems so cool to me.
It's very fun.
We'll be right back after the break.
I don't know about you, but I love lasagna. There's something about the combo of the curly edge noodles, the ricotta cheese, and the cooked sausage that just makes me smile. The problem is, I don't always have time to make it. So rather than layering all those ingredients, we came up with an all-in-one skillet version that's super easy and it's to die for. Let me show you. We start by cooking our lasagna noodles just like normal, except instead of leaving them whole, we break them up into large pieces. Once they're tender, we drain them. While they drain, we cook up a good amount of Italian sausage that we remove from its casing. To that, we add our drained noodles, along with a jar of spaghetti sauce, some ricotta cheese, shredded mozzarella, and a bit of Parmesan, and of course, a few spices. All we need to do now is give it a good stir, and once everything is heated through, it's done. There you have it. Everything you love about lasagna without all the work of layering it. Serve it with a salad and some crusty Italian bread for extra yumminess. If you want the recipe for our quick lasagna toss, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tasty shortcut way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
That looked pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a minute since I've seen a Mr. Food segment, and I'm glad today was a good one.
Yeah, well, I thought at first that was gonna be the lasagna soup. So it's trending, it's on my TikTok. Have you tried that? Have you ever ate the lasagna soup?
But I can't imagine it's much different than what he just did.
Yeah,
a little
I think
bit
it's
more
like,
liquid.
yes, I mean, I'm telling you though, looks delicious.
Now that may mean you have to try tomato soup first
Yes,
before you
okay.
get there.
Now with your tomato soup, you said that you like tomato soup. I cannot remember a time I've actually had it. Do you make your tomato soup or do you get it out of a can?
I just get it out of a can and warm it up.
Okay.
We don't gotta be fancy
See,
around here.
I don't know if I can do soup out of a can. It's just something about it. But then I just think soup at a restaurant is out of a can.
It probably
is.
is.
All right, we'll tune back in at 5 and 6.